Okay, so welcome to another Urban Outdoorsman SoCal video. My name is Danny Milton, and today we're going to be testing out the active track on my DJI Mavic 2 Zoom. Okay, so the way we're going to be testing the drone today is I'm going to climb up. I'm down here at the bottom of Chutes. I'm going to climb up the Chutes ridgeline. Part of the trail I'm going to have the drone follow me uphill just to show everybody here that it will, also chase uphill as well. But the main part is going to be me going down Hawk Trail, and I'm going to try to go down Chutes ridgeline a couple of times. The first time probably like 3/4 speed, just to test out the drone's ability to track me, and then I'm gonna ride back up and come down full speed to see how well it's gonna keep up with me. The great thing about Santiago Oaks right now is there's not a lot of trees around the edges of the trails, so we shouldn't have any problems with the drone losing me because of tree coverage. Most of the time it's just going to lose me because of like a sharp turn around part of the mountain or something like that. So this is going to be the second video I'm making about the active track chasing me on my mountain bike. The first video I did in Aliso Viejo, and the drone was chasing me down Lynx Trail and Rocket Trail. You can click on the link above there if you want to watch that video. But today we're going to be going down Chutes Ridgeline and Hawk Trail. How well the drone will track you will depend on the speed that you're going and the terrain. The faster you're going, the harder it is for the software to compensate and predict your path. When you start throwing trees and sharp turns into the mix, the harder it's going to be for the drone to keep up with you at high speed. Walking speed, the drone can predict your path and hopefully reacquire you after you've gone behind something like a large tree or bush. So far in my testing, I've found that trace mode is the best for the drone to chase you down a mountain bike trail. Trace mode will be able to track you better as you're cutting through tree sections going down the trail. In parallel mode, the drone will be kind of off to one side, either maybe like at your 4 o'clock or maybe at your 8 o'clock. And when that happens, if you go behind a tree or a bush, it's going to lose you, and at speed, it's probably not going to pick you up on the other side. When you're in parallel mode like that and you do go behind one of those trees, the drone almost always loses you, which I proved in the Aliso Viejo video I did. While I was going down Lynx, there was probably 3 or 4 sections where I would go behind a large tree and the drone would just completely lose me. When I am using active track, I usually always leave the drone in P mode. That's the middle mode area, so the top speed is usually about 32 miles per hour during the active track. The reason why I leave it in this mode is that way all of the sensors are on, the front sensors, the side sensors, all of that stuff. So I don't have to worry about it, running into a tree, running into a bush, or even as you're descending down the hill, you're losing elevation, and depending on how far back the drone is, sometimes it can get pretty close to the ground as you're, going down the trail. You can also do active track in sport mode. Now sport mode is going to turn off all the sensors and the drone will fly faster and track faster. The problem with this, again, like I said, is you never know exactly where the drone's going to be. Sometimes it will get closer to you. Sometimes it'll stay farther back, depending on how quickly you accelerate or decelerate. And it's really not a good idea to do that, but some people do. I found through my testing, going down mountain bike trails at the speeds that I go, not extremely fast, but not slow either. Usually I have the drone about 30 to 40 feet behind me and about 30 to 40 feet off the ground. With the camera zoomed all the way back to 24 millimeters, this gives the drone a pretty wide area for you to be cutting back and forth on. There's a couple of spots on Chutes where you're cutting back and forth, and you're down at the bottom, you have that kind of bermy section. If the drone is zoomed in too close to you, and you have a very narrow aspect of the camera, it's going to lose you as soon as you go out of the frame, because it's not the tracking software is not going to track you quickly enough as you go from right to left. So if you are panned out a little bit better and you have that wide area, you're going to give the drone a much better chance to follow you the entire time. Something new I did in this video as well is I added some screen recordings of the drone on my phone, so you can see exactly what the drone is doing, what the software is doing, how far, how fast the drone is flying, how far it is from the subject, and all that kind of stuff as well. I did one screen recording of it tracking me uphill, and I also did a screen recording of the second run down Chutes Trail. And it's actually kind of cool because you can see, exactly how fast the drone is flying. Also in the screen recording, it's going to show the elevation change, the tracking distance, you know, how far the drone has flown from, you know, the point that it took off from all the way down to the bottom of the trail. I also set up the remote in a new way. Typically I have the phone attached to my handlebars and the remote control somewhere like in a pouch or a pocket, something like that. I did put it in my backpack this time. I showed you in the video, and it worked really well. Overall, the drone did really good at Santiago Oaks. There was a couple of sections on Hawk Trail where I had hoped it would be able to follow me down Hawk Trail, you know, full speed, but there's a couple little sections, you know, some of the steeper parts, it wasn't close enough to me, but then, you know, I didn't show all of the videos that I did with the drone. I tried getting the drone a little bit closer to me, and it just ended up losing me more. So, like I said, that 30 to 40 foot gap, you know, behind and above is usually the best spot. You can have the drone a little bit closer to you, but like I said, you know, if you're going down a straight trail, you know, kind of like the top of Chutes Ridgeline, it will be able to stay on you pretty well because you're, you know, pretty much going in a straight line. As soon as you start cutting back and forth, or there's a lot of really fast elevation changes like a drop, you know, like the one big drop at Hawk Trail, the drone's not going to do so well. Another thing is when you are on those straight, you know, kind of runs like the top half of Chutes Trail, I mean, you get just really cool cinematic video, you know, of yourself and, you know, all of the surrounding area. So that's another reason why I kind of like to have the camera panned back a little bit, so you can see all of those, you know, huge mountains in the background and the elevation changes and, you know, just how beautiful the area is around you. So the tracking software is getting better. The 2.0 is much better than the 1.0 version. Something that I would like to see in the future is somehow for the drone just to track the remote itself. That way, you know, no matter where the remote goes, the drone would still follow. So if you're going through like, you know, a really tree covered part, it would still be able to, I mean, obviously not, the camera won't see you, but it would still be able to follow that remote as you're going down the trail, or behind a tree, or behind a rock, or, you know, like the one spot on Chutes Trail where I make that one sharp left-hand turn, it always loses me right there. Because, I mean, I completely go out of frame. You know, the drone is trying to predict me going to the left, and it follows me for a second, but as soon as I disappear from the camera, it just completely loses track of me. So, if the remote, if, you know, DJI can somehow, you know, change the software maybe, or add something to the remote itself, some type of GPS thing, that the drone could, you know, just follow that remote wherever it goes, that would be amazing. And, you know, the drone would do even a better job. Get started with the active track. Got the drone here on the ground. Got my phone on my handlebars on my rock form mount. Got the USB cable going up to the remote. You have to have the phone plugged into the remote for active track to work. As soon as you unplug it, you can send it up and lock onto yourself, but as soon as you unplug the phone from the remote, the active track cancels and it'll just fly normally. So this is the way I'm going to run the setup. Hopefully the drone will follow me all the way down. I'm going to go a little slow this first time and we'll see how it goes. All right, we're moving. Going kind of slow. Usually has a hard time with this turn right here. Come on, drone, you can do it. Did you lose me already? Nope, you're on me. Nice. Oh, that's not a good section to slow down on. Come on, you can do it. Keep following me. It's beeping. I can still hear it. Come on, this is a tough section, drone. Got this little drop in. It's like a slow drop in to the right. And then you've got a bush right here on my right. And then you've got a little drop right here where it kind of loses me sometimes. Hopefully if I pop up fast enough. Yes, it still got me. Okay, I popped up fast enough and it kept following me. Should be good on the rest of the trail. That's usually the hardest spot, is for that one little drop in, and then the second quick little drop in, it kind of loses you for a second. Come on, I hear you back there. Looks like, yeah, it's still chasing me. I'm going really slow down the trail though. This is not normal speed here. Of course, it's kind of hard to slow down on that part. Does it still got me? That was some pretty steep drops there. I think it lost me at the top. It lost me at the top of the hill.
Tracking subject lost.
Oh wow, it actually tells you now. Okay. Now we are locked back on. Now the other thing with the tracking too is you don't ever want to get the drone like directly above you like it is for some reason it just did right now. Because when it's directly above you and you have to make a sharp turn, the camera won't follow you fast enough. So we are following again. Got some drops. God, it's been a while since I've done this trail. Whew. Still got me? I think it still has me. Looks like it still got me. Might lose me through these bushes here. Nope, still got me. Pretty good. Going a little faster now. Still chasing. Still going slightly uphill. Hopefully the screen recorder is working. It's the first time using that function. It's doing good so far. The elevation that you see on the screen isn't my actual elevation. It starts at 0 from where I took off from. Yeah, I just passed somebody on the trail going the opposite direction and it stayed locked on me, which is good. Got some switchbacks now. Oh, got a nice little hill right here to my left. See if it follows me around that. It's doing good. Yeah, still got me. Kind of switched back towards the drone a little bit and it backed away, trying to keep that same initial distance. Now it's just kind of rotating to the left. Got some more switchbacks here. Drone came in real close as I hit that switchback, then backed off again. You might be able to hear it in the background. Still got me locked in all the way up pretty good. Although I would expect it to do that fairly well since I'm going pretty slow. And there's no trees really to block its view at any point. You can see on the screen now it kind of rotated back around behind me. All right, so I'm up here at the top of chutes. The drone did a pretty good job tracking me up, didn't lose me at all, kept a really good distance. You know, every time you kind of go back towards, like on a switchback and you go back towards the drone, it did a good job of backing up and keeping that distance. I mean, of course, there's a little bit of a lag because it's not really sure, you know, which direction you're going to go in or how fast, but it did back up when it started getting a little too close. And I mean, by too close, I mean it was within 20 feet of me, probably even farther. And then it would back up. So it did a good job.
Following you?
Hopefully.
All right.
Still got me, drone. Yep, you're still chasing me. It's a good sign so far. Not gonna go full speed on this first run. Still got me, that's a good sign. Have all the settings on the drone. As far as the video goes, everything's to auto. Auto focus, auto color. Just have the regular, what would it be? Camera, just a regular camera, clear glass cover on it. I can still hear it behind me, that's good. About 30 feet up, about 40 feet behind me. Better get closer. Going over a little ledge here. Slow down, make sure it's got me. Yes, it does. Okay, this part's gonna be hard for it. Got a sharp turn here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yep, it's got me.
Yes. Yes, it does. Got some turns back and forth here. Hopefully there's nothing blocking me, so the drone should keep following.
So I'm up here at the top of Chutes Ridgeline, and I'm going to be going down, the trail again with my drone following me. One thing I am going to be doing differently is I discovered a new way to hold the remote and the phone together and have it still track me without any problems. Yesterday when I was out at the luge, I was doing some demo bikes and I wasn't able to mount my phone to my handlebars like I do on my bike, so I had to put the phone somewhere else. I can't stick it in my pocket because as soon as you put it in your pocket, something's going to touch the screen and it'll stop tracking. Okay, so here's my phone connected to the remote just like it normally would be. And what I did was with my bag, this is the Gopro 450, is you have this top pouch. And typically what goes in there would be my camera, but I moved my camera to a different spot, put the controller in just like that. And because this top lid is concave, it's not gonna, when I close it up, it's not gonna touch the joysticks, it's not gonna touch the screen, anything like that, and it works great during the active track.
Do a quick, let's make sure. Yep, we're going chasing. Oh, a little pedal strike there. That's no fun. Drone's still on us. Doing good. That probably wasn't my fastest time through there, but it was pretty decent. Not breaking any PRs today, but we're going. Drone's got us right now. I'm gonna go a little slow around this turn just to see if it'll keep up. Come on, you're right there, chase me. It lost me. Yep, that's right where I expected it to. So hopefully it'll chase us the rest of the way. Yep, oh, it's got me. I thought it lost me there for a second. Still got me, drone? I hope so. Sounds like it's behind me. think it lost me. Oh, it's got me. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so thanks for watching my video. Hopefully you liked it. Something you can do to help me out would be to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot. Just click on one of these boxes up in the corners here. One will take you to my rides playlist. The other one will take you to a recent video. And always, you can click on the logo in the center, the Urban Outdoorsman SoCal logo, to subscribe. Thanks a lot.